Congress really do that? Let's bring in Republican Congressman Morgan Griffith from Virginia. He's a member of the House Freedom Caucus. Good morning, Congressman.
Good morning.
Are we really possibly going to see a government shutdown over this?
Well, I certainly hope not, but the bottom line is that this is what Congress does. It fights over issues and it tries to determine what's important. As you know, securing our southern border is important to the people of the United States of America. It is one of the major issues the president ran on. Many of us in Congress and in the United States Senate ran on that issue and were elected on that issue, and so we've got to see it through. Ultimately, I believe that it will be built, and hopefully we'll get it done. But
and
we've got to start the process by appropriating money for it.
Who's going to pay for that wall?
Well, I will say to you that initially we're going to have to prime the pump, but I believe that our friends in Mexico and the Mexican government want to be partners with the United States on a lot of issues, and one of the things that we have to be partners on is securing our borders. And I believe, although politically they may need to do it indirectly, I believe that we will see significant contributions from our friends in the Mexican government.
What would that indirect payment look like? Because as you'll remember, the president of Mexico, we have these transcripts of the call that he had with President Trump. And so just to remind everybody, the president of Mexico, Peña Nieto, said, my position has been and will continue to be very firm, saying that Mexico cannot pay for that wall. President Trump says, but you cannot say that to the press. The press is going to go with that, and I cannot live with that. So it sounds like he's unequivocal, the Mexican president, that he's not going to pay for it.
Well, I think he's probably unequivocal on a public standpoint. Look, sometimes that happens. But I also recognize that they want to continue to have trade with these United States and to bring their products north. And that's part of the negotiation between nation states, and we're going to work that out. But I do believe that they will ultimately have to be a partner in making sure that our borders are secure.
But you're comfortable with Congress paying for it first and then keeping your fingers crossed that Mexico will pay the tab later?
Well, I don't have any question that Mexico will pay at least a part of the tab. It has to be a partnership, but I have no doubt of that. And yes, I am comfortable making sure, because look, we've promised the American people, not just in this last campaign, but we've promised the American people since the Reagan administration we would secure that border. We haven't done it. It's time for Congress to act. And I agree with the president.
Okay, how about the debt ceiling? The White House now sounds as though it wants the debt ceiling to be raised. It wants to work with Congress on that. In fact, the president sort of berated Congress for not tying the debt ceiling to the VA bill. But you all in the House Freedom Caucus don't want the debt ceiling to be raised. So weren't you guys the impediment for tying it to any sort of other bill to get it through?
Well, it certainly shouldn't be tied to a bill that has nothing to do with the debt ceiling. Now, if we're talking about debt and we can have a debt ceiling, obviously at some point we're going to have to raise that debt ceiling. But if that's tied with reforms to making sure that we get our debt and deficit under control, then we can see the debt ceiling raised. But we're not going to do a clean, at least I'm not going to support a clean debt ceiling increase, because we have to get our debt and deficit problems at least on a pathway where we can see some light at the end of the tunnel. Right now we just keep piling it up. That's not the way the Republicans should govern, and when we do a debt ceiling increase, it should have significant reforms built into it to try to get that spending under control.
But then, Congressman, how do you make sense of President Trump's tweet yesterday where he says, I requested that Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan tie the debt ceiling legislation into the popular VA bill, which just passed, for easy approval. They didn't do it. So now we have a big problem with Dems holding them up, as usual, on debt ceiling approval. Could have been so easy, now a mess. But you didn't want them to tie it to the VA bill.
No, it's not proper. You know, it's one of the problems we have in Congress. We tie bills that have nothing to do with each other together in order to force people to vote for it, make a choice between protecting our children and our grandchildren versus protecting our vets. That's not fair, and I appreciate Paul Ryan not tying those two together, because we need to have a discussion about the debt, the deficit, and what we're going to do for our children, our grandchildren. Even now we're mortgaging our great-grandchildren. We need to have that conversation, and we need to come up with a solution so that we're doing the right thing for the American people long term, not just today or tomorrow, but long term.
Sure, but so why do you think the president wants to tie those together?
Well, I think the president is trying to do so many great things out there and trying to make sure that we get things together. I think he just wanted to get that off the table because it is going to be a little bit messy. But I didn't go to Congress just to take easy votes, and this is going to be one where we're going to have to negotiate and fight it out, but get something that works long-term for the betterment of the American people and for our economy long-term.
Congressman Morgan Griffin, thanks so much for being here on New Day.
Thank you.
David.
Allison, let's bring in our political panel now. CNN politics.